All right, here we are, night 2 of the 2022 NFL Draft. The Jaguars with 2 selections in the 3rd round, no selections in the 2nd round. 65 and 70, Hays Carlyon, Mia O'Brien. They go center guard at 65 with Luke Fortner out of Kentucky, Hays. And then they go back to linebacker at 70. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. It was puzzling. The kid seems great, Chad Muma. We just got done with him on the Zoom. He's fired up to be a Jaguar. He was elated. It was very cool to see. But from a football standpoint, it's a little puzzling, I think, because you invested in Devin, Lloyd, you signed Olakon in free agency, and this is an inside linebacker. Now, Trent Baalke said he's a green dot guy. That's important. You want to have somebody that can jump in if there's an injury and run the defense. And he's a great athlete. He was very productive at Wyoming. So there's a lot to like. I think most people expected he'd be off the board by the 3rd round. So it's good value. It's just for a team that seemingly still has needs at receiver, tight end, maybe even another interior offensive lineman. It seemed to be a little bit of a puzzling selection, but definitely a good depth guy. They think a great special teams guy. Really like Fortner, too.
Yeah, really like Fortner. We're going to get to him in a second. Let's hang on Muma, since that's the big talking point right now. I have been told that he could have been as high as number 4 on their draft board in terms of linebackers, which would suggest he was ahead of Nakobe Dean. That's a whole nother can of worms we won't even get into. But my takeaway with Chad Muma is just that he is a green dot guy. If he is going to be on the field on defense, he's going to be wearing the green dot, which was something we were talking about yesterday here in the media room about, is Oluokun, even if he's playing more of an off-ball linebacker, or maybe he is playing Mike linebacker, would he have the green dot? I mean, we thought they were going to be running a 3-4. They switched to a 4-3, Hays?
Yeah, it's really interesting, and the green dot is really funny because it seemed like last year they didn't have anybody that wanted to do it.
Now everyone wants to do it.
Now everybody can do it. So, I don't know if there's some scar tissue there or not, but clearly they've got 3 players, because I think Devin Lloyd can do it.
Yep.
I mean, absolutely. So, I think it's interesting that they now have a plethora of green dot players that can help run the defense. So, look, it's a physical game. It's a physical position. You certainly play 17 games now. They needed some depth there. Clearly, they didn't like what they had at that position. So now they've totally revamped it. I mean, the top 3 linebackers are brand new guys, and with significant investment, significant free agent money, 1st round pick, high 3rd round pick. So it'll be exciting to see it come together. But yeah, that was sort of what I was thinking is this a 4-3 where maybe Travon Walker is a big end and now your linebackers are Olakon, Lloyd, and Muma, but it doesn't, maybe we'll see.
And where does that leave Caleb Chase on?
Well,
on the trading block?
Yeah, on the healthy scratch on game day would be my guess. But yeah, maybe on the trade block if you can get a conditional 7th. I don't know what it would be, but yeah, I thought it was an intriguing pick because I really thought they'd help Trevor in the offense a little more than what they've done. You had 4 picks, only 1 has gone to the offensive side of the ball. I think they're overvaluing what they've done in free agency. Certainly they did some good things, but I would have expected the offense to at least get 2 of the first 4. Not just 1. But having said that, I do like Fortner. He's going to certainly, I think, challenge Tyler Shatley at center, and that's important. So I like that selection. 13 starts at center last year. He has 20 starts at right guard in his career at Kentucky, 3 at left guard. Versatile player, but Doug Peterson, Mia, was very clear he's going to be at center.
And also, he's an all-SEC selection, which the Jaguars can't say about their number 1 overall draft pick. But no, let's hang on Fortner here for just a second because, again, he provides that versatility. Doug Peterson says he's going to play center. He's going to compete with Tyler Shatley. Where do you see, now having Luke Fortner in the fold, this offensive line looking like on week 1 of the NFL season?
Yeah, I think it's Cam Robinson at left tackle, Ben Barch at left guard. I still would give the edge to Shatley for week 1 over Fortner, and then obviously you'll have the 5-time Pro Bowler Sheriff at right guard. And Jawan Taylor and Walker Little, I think that's going to be a battle, and so that's going to be really fascinating to see. The depth is pretty good on the offensive line. The problem that the Jaguars are now going to run into going into tomorrow is, you're going to be sitting for a while. If you thought they were sitting for a while today, wait until tomorrow because no 4th round pick, mid-5th is your next selection. So, when they selected Muma, they were now off the board for about 80 picks. And so, what other needs are you going to be able to adequately fill? That's going to be a real challenge for the Jaguars.
The only way I see them getting back into the 4th round, personally speaking, is flipping one of 3 players. Laviska Shenault, Caleb Chason, Juwan Taylor. There's been talk of they potentially have tried to shop those 3 players over the last 2 months. Will it come in the 4th round? Will it come in the 5th round? All 3 were 1st or 2nd round picks, so not exactly the return they're probably looking for.
Yeah, what would you think about maybe, do you trade any sort of 2023 draft capital to get back into that 4th round? Would you trade a 2023 3rd rounder?
If you really like so here's the tough part. So if you really, in my opinion, if you really like a receiver, go get him. Obviously, Justin Ross is the buzz name that you're going to hear about forever and ever if he's not selected later tonight. But I do think at this point in time, and we were speaking with some of the other reporters, that kicker and running back are the 2 things that they still need. You could get both those things in the 6th, 7th round, and they have that ammunition there. But otherwise, yeah, that's why I asked Doug Peterson and I asked Trent Baalke, how confident are you right now in the weapons that you have? And Doug said he was encouraged by what he saw on the field earlier this week. And then he said, but we're not a finished product. What did you think of that?
Yeah, I think it's great that they're encouraged. I'm with you. I would not give up 2023 draft capital. I would not give up a 3rd round pick to jump back into the 4th round of this draft. So I think they're going to have to sit for a while. But having said that, maybe they do, find some hidden gems here. And look, they pulled a great running back out of the undrafted free agent heap a couple years ago in James Robinson. You can certainly do that with kicker. Now, they could invest a 7th round pick. Not a lot of kickers will get taken. I think there's about 3 draftable kickers if you look at Dane Brugler's board. It should be a lot of fun to see how it all plays out. But it's exciting. I think they've really helped themselves defensively. Certainly would have liked to have seen a little bit more on offense besides just bringing in the center.
75 picks between Chad Muma and the next time the Jaguars are scheduled to be on the clock. You sit tight. We will be right back here on Saturday with more from the Jaguars 2022 NFL Draft. And don't forget, Devin Lloyd will be introduced at 10 a.m. before Day 3 kicks off at noon. We'll see you then.